Okay, now I'm live. I think I'm live now. Let's see. Yep, I am live now. Let's see, come on. Alright, so today we're going to do a little bit of hauling, which I find very therapeutic. As I said in streams before, hauling is fantastic. So I am at the system. I'll show you in a second after I add some things to my cargo. I leave the big stuff for the end, do the little stuff first. So I am at, there's no data. Stream. I don't know why, but I'm always having problems with YouTube. Excellent connection. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do is add some things to the cargo, and I'll show you guys where I parked the fleet carrier. Now, in previous videos, I showed you guys if you click on a if you click on the Trailblazer ship, and then you set coordinate, you set for a jump, your fleet carrier jump, it will park your fleet carrier right next to the Trailblazer ship. Let me just add some things here, get rid of small stuff. I don't like small stuff. Okay, computer components. Copper. Copper somehow always ends up at the end, and aluminum too. This stuff should be in alphabetical order, but it's not. Alright, so yeah. So let's take a look at the map. This is the map. So when you're plotting, right, you're gonna actually plot. I plotted right next to the system colonization ship, right? So let's do the right way. Carrier services and carrier management. I am playing on an alt. And then let's go to system. So when I'm plotting, right, I'm actually gonna tell my ship to go. I don't use the planet. I found that if you use the planet, you're gonna orbit the planet. So you're gonna go around the planet. But if you click on the system colonization ship, then set the carrier destination, it will park it right next to, not all the time, but it'll park it right next to the system colonization ship. You might have to do it a couple of times, right? And when that happens, you're in a stationary orbit next to it, and more or less you're not going to move from that stationary orbit. So I like that. Because when it goes around the planet, it drives me nuts. I actually have to try not to get caught by the gravity of the planet. So I'm using a fully loaded, Panther Clipper Mark II, 1,298 tons, right, of storage. I have no shield. That's because this is more or less you see how close I am? 4.56 mm, which I think stands for million, right? Million miles. So I'm really close, and I'm not going around the planet. If you click on the planet, you'll actually go around the planet and orbit it, and that sucks. Sometimes it still puts you in the orbit of the planet, so you might have to do it a couple of times. I found that that occurs a lot. So if there is no other fleet carrier in and around the planet, and you're the only one, then you're going to land right next to a system colonization ship. So that's a good thing. I cannot wait for the new Type 11. I'm excited. As soon as it comes out, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to videotape. I don't know if I'm going to do a stream as much as I'll start recording. For some reason, the last recording, if you noticed, somebody wrote that the sound is gone, and I found out that the sound is gone on one of my videos. Now I know it had sound because I always test my videos, but it's gone. Don't know how to file a ticket, and so I'm just gonna leave it as is, and then probably replace it in the future with something else. So I'm still too far out to actually travel with Panther Clipper and distance and all that. So I'm still too far out. So what I want to do is still use my fleet carrier for stuff, but I will build 3 hubs on the Dragster Bridge between the Neutron Highway, Neutron Star Highway, and the Snakehead Nebula, the Snake Nebula. So this way, at least there's 3 hubs that we can expand from. So I'm almost finished with one of them. I just need to finish a ground base, a ground city, tier 3, and something of a scientific outpost, so this way that we can get some stuff. There's only a few things missing from that hub. A scientific outpost will actually fulfill that. So that'll be one side. On the Neutron side, it's the Tokugawa Shogunate. Right? I'm gonna build that one, and it's kind of like a Japanese theme. And I'll probably paint all the outposts like red. You know, so there'll be 2 sides that have hubs, and in the middle of it there'll be another hub, which eventually I'll build, and it'll be a good place to springboard from, launch from. But in between these 2 highways, there's like nothing there. There's like, and no one's colonizing yet, but if you have to fly from what I just did, it's going to take months. So I figured if I did a bridge, then you can have a place to colonize from off that bridge. After that, I'm going to find myself a little nebula and build another hub or something. Who knows? I really am getting a kick out of this. I really am enjoying colonization. I don't know if you are. I see 2 viewers, hi viewers. I don't know if you're enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. It's relaxing. And why do I say this? Because I've played Cyberpunk 2077 and I basically got insomnia from that. So kind of hard to come back from that. So I need something relaxing. Maybe it's the combat, maybe it's the killing of people, I don't know what it is. I enjoy Cyberpunk, but it does give me insomnia. Maybe I get too excited. On the other hand, doing this relaxing or even mining. I went back to the hotspot that I like, if you watch my mining video. And I've done the hotspots. I found out what I'm doing wrong. It still requires at least 4 seismic charges to blow up a asteroid, which I don't think it ever took that many seismic charges. But I'm curious to see what the new Type 11 will do. I would like to see subsurface kind of stuff without the missile. I hate the missile. Subsurface stuff. Maybe like a drill that would go subsurface. Something like what Elon Musk invented to go through, make tunnels. That would be enjoyable. So right now I'm unloading. I have maybe 15 runs or so to unload everything. Maybe 16. Something like that. And then this side will be finished. Because I have another fleet carrier that's actually full. Okay, so you see it didn't move. It's still close by. Right? But if I clicked on the planet, I'd be orbiting the planet right now, which is not something I want to do. Just a little trick. Elite Dangerous has become better and better. I know there's somebody watching that doesn't play. He left some messages and said, hey, listen, can you explain things? Okay. So Elite Dangerous is a space sim game. It's probably the closest thing to probably space travel that we'll ever get. We're never going to leave this planet, I don't think, because they keep on talking about going to the moon and no one's going to the moon. So they went to the moon, now they don't want to go to the moon. They want to go to Mars, but they're not going to Mars. So I don't know what's going on with that. So this is the closest thing to space travel. I really enjoy space travel. And there are some awesome sites. Awesome sites. Which one of these days I'll do an expedition around the galaxy. Just go and do a clockwise tour around the galaxy. That'd be nice, because I do need the exploration. I do need the exploration so I can get a higher elite rating of exploration. So all that right now, I've parked my main character out in California, and unfortunately I'm not going to be recording that, but I'll be doing a lot of combat. So it's enough that I need to concentrate when I'm doing combat. Like Meccan says, and I agree with him, it takes about 50 minutes to bring down a Hydra, an alien spacecraft. That is, you know, there's a lot you have to do, and I don't think I can talk, communicate, say things like I do now, and stream that or even record that. I have to concentrate, you know, repair the hull, repair the ship, back off, keep shooting, you know, mind all the things that are going on, and then try to bring down the Hydra. So maybe about 15 minutes to bring down one Hydra. The other smaller alien ships are easier, so I will be doing that to try to get some more ranking. I'm elite 3 in the combat rank right now, so I'm going to try to do that. And I'm going to do more ground combat, maybe war related ground combat. Get involved in local wars. Polymers 24. Interesting. Don't tell me I didn't get all my polymers. Anyway. So I'm trying to get Elite 5 for combat and try to get mercenary ranking to Elite at least. But I also want to get the exploration. And there's some really, really nice sites out there. So the Elite Dangerous has some really good graphics now. Maybe that wasn't the case when it first came out. And they're doing better and better. I still think they should monetize name changing, like being able to change the system name, planet, at least the planet name, maybe not the system name, but planets. You can change the planet you're colonizing or you're putting something around. So they should do that. I'd pay for that. I actually would pay to get stuff changed. So it's pretty easy. Elite Dangerous is pretty easy to play. So if you're watching this and you have not purchased Elite Dangerous, you should purchase it. Very easy to play. There's a lot of people doing tutorials. My favorite one that I started with 7 years ago, and if he's listening, God bless him, Hawks Gaming. Hawks Gaming, that's Hawkes Gaming. I started with him. I watched him when I first started. I learned pretty much the whole game playing by his tutorials. And I don't know where. I think he's doing Star Citizen now. I guess he's maybe he's a full-time employee at Star Citizen. Who knows? That would be wonderful for him. I personally would love to work for Frontier and be on the side of Elite Dangerous and give these guys ideas. There's so much on the forums, so many ideas, and there's so much they can do to monetize and make more money with this game. I don't know why they're slow to actually do that. But you know, everybody's got their thing. So I mean, they're not really bringing in the revenue for the company. I seen that what is it, Planet Coaster and what was the other one, Jurassic World, or I don't know what it is. They're making more money for the company than this game is. Unfortunately, I don't know how. I basically don't know anyone that actually plays those games. If you do, can you please let me know? Leave a comment in chat. Hey, I know people playing Planet Coaster. Okay. I mean, I like world building games, right? I play it's Settlement Survival. I kind of like that game. I never actually finished it, but yeah, I don't play any other game besides this one, the Frontier. All right. So I don't know how they're making so much money off the other stuff, and Elite Dangerous, they're not. It's like 7% of the company revenue. 7% of the company revenue. But I think last quarter they grew 70% in revenue from the game, which is probably because of the ships and all that. I mean, if you're listening Frontier, just allow us to change the names of the planets, right? You can still use the filters you have now, profanity filters and all that. I would love that. I mean, why not even change the systems? This is just a game. It's not real life. People are like, oh, don't change the system name. Don't change the planet name. Oh, it's not authentic. It's got to be. Think of those people that put the star charts together at NASA. Dude, it's a game. You don't even know if any of these star systems have planets in space. They haven't discovered those yet, right? It's make-believe. The algorithm says there might be planets around this system. So the algorithm comes up with some planets and moons. I mean, if you think that's important, then you probably think that the exobiology, the stuff that's on the world, like the plants and stuff, are real. You know, they're not real. It's a game. But I would love to change the names. You know, not just color of the outposts in those cities, but the names. The names of the planets, the names of the systems. Like, for instance, I have the system that I'm building kind of like a Japanese theme, right? Tokugawa Shogunate. So I could actually name the system like something related to that era of shoguns, right? So I would name it according to maybe Edo or something like that. I would name the system like that, so it would be related to that time period when the Tokugawa Shogunate actually existed. So that's what I would name the systems. I'm not thinking profanity. I'm not thinking I'm going to use phallic symbols and stuff like that to name the system. I want to have some personalization, but that would make them a lot of money, in my opinion. Because how many systems have been colonized? Even at $10 a piece, right? I think there's 100,000 systems. So, just a thought. I really want that. Man, I'd be the first person to buy ARCs. Just across the board, every system I would rename. Because it's personalization, right? It's not just your own outpost, but now it's your system. Yeah, that would be nice. If I had Elite Dangerous and I was actually I owned it and I'm building it, I'm designing it, I would do that. And in No Man's Sky, you can change planet names, you can change all that. You can change that. So that's nice. I think you can change systems too. I'm not sure. System names. Like, look at this system. Scudum Dark Region EW-VB20, and I'm at planet 16D. Seriously. I need to take a breath between words. That's how long this description is. Alright, so we are landing again, getting another scoop. did make some music. I don't know if you guys heard my music. It's kind of trance. I don't know if you like trance or not. I do have a group of ambient music, rock music, which rock music I need for combat. That's why I probably won't stream playing combat, because I'll be blasting the music so I can kind of alleviate the stress. Maybe that's why I didn't like Cyberpunk that much. I don't really like the music in Cyberpunk. It's dark synth. I don't know what they call it now. Dark synth?
Hello, Commander. How may we assist you?
Not very entertaining. I downloaded the music for Cyberpunk, but I just can't get into it. And they got like a fusion of rock and rap. They got rap, they got punk. I had to turn down the music completely because it was so loud. Oh my god, 100% music, it was just so loud. But I can see the allure of Cyberpunk. It is pretty large city. I just don't like games that kind of lead you along in a story. I like creating the story, not following a story. So, I guess that's RPG. But I guess that's why I liked Dungeons and Dragons Online, DDO. I played that for 13 years. And they just had quests. You went and did quests.
Move clear of the landing pad.
There was no narrative. The story didn't end. Maybe they can do something with the story in Cyberpunk where it doesn't end. The main character V has to, spoilers, but the main character V at the end has to disappear, die, or something. So, anyway. Maybe that's why I don't like RPGs. That's why I'm not playing. So I do have a recording that's gonna publish tomorrow, but I probably won't make more than one more, and that'll be it. Though I like Cyberpunk, it's not something that I can continuously play. Once you finish leveling, and I did take the game to 60th level, once you finish leveling, there's really not much to do, except do the storyline. Yeah, you can get more money, you can get more equipment, but there's really not much to do after that, and it becomes kind of boring. Yeah, I know. Compared to this game, my God, this is boring. Well, not really. How many planets are there in the galaxy? How many systems? You can continuously build colonies for the next decade, and you won't even touch 1% of the galaxy. So the narrative doesn't change, the storyline doesn't change. It's always the same. It's like, I guess that's why I think this is called open world, right? Leave a comment. I don't know. I don't know all the differences. Even though I'm in the gaming industry, kind of. I'm doing educational games. I'm not into this video game genre thing yet. You do make money. Like, for instance, the steel, right, is selling for 5,000. I bought it for 3,000 each, so it's 1,200 a ton, right? So I did make some good money off of this. So you still can make money. And you've noticed that my fleet carrier has not moved. It stayed stationary with the colonization ship. So just to repeat, when plotting a course with your fleet carrier, click on the colonization ship and then plot the course to fly to it. I named the ship Warforged, so if you play Dungeons and Dragons, the last set of books I had was the 3.5. But there's a series of called Eberron, and in Eberron they actually have a species called a Warforged, which I thought that's cool. They're kind of like android. They're kind of alive, but they're also mechanical. My dear friends at Laser Cops, which is Mars Europe's squadron, Ghost Giraffe. They are out at United States Nebula? Or North American Nebula, that's right, North American Nebula. They're out 1,500 light years away. Going westward, right? If we're looking at the center of the galaxy, they're going west, right? I'm north of us, about 500 light years from the bow. But they're 1,500 light years out, and I was gonna help, but then I thought about how much jumping I would have to do, which is about at least an hour, right? 55 minutes just to get there. Fully loaded fleet carrier. So I think their efforts will be very slow, unless somebody builds something close by, a hub, which I doubt, because most people are just reaching out. They're daisy chaining. So, but that's pretty far out. They're going to build a hub out there at the North American Nebula, which is admirable because it's very far out, 1,500 light years out. You know, if you think all the areas that have been expanded to, oh my goodness. Imagine they didn't have 15 light year limit to colonization. They actually did 20 or 30. Where would we be today? How far out would we be? Super out. Super far out. If they are 1,500 light years out. If you double that, that's 4,000 light years out. So, like I said, I'm still building this bridge. Hopefully it's for the good of mankind, because you'll be able to springboard off of it. You'll be able to daisy chain off of it. And there's a lot in this kind of like triangular area. There's a lot of systems you can colonize. So I built straight across it. I'm building straight across it. So this way you can daisy chain off of it. But I wouldn't mind going that far out either. You know, I might join them out there too. Who knows? If you have insomnia, thank you for joining. I'm joking. I have insomnia too. Like nothing is helping. Not even a glass of milk. Anyway, there's a lot of things I would have done different. Like I wouldn't have made a limit of 15 light years for the colonization. Maybe 20, maybe 30. You know, you still gotta find good locations to colonize. So even if it's 30 light years out, you might not find something that's like I found something that was 8 light years away from the central point. So I'm gonna colonize that. Right? I'm not going to use the whole 15. But they shouldn't have such small limitations. I mean, I understand why. You're trying to limit how far they go, how fast they go there. I don't know when they'll get to Colonia. I think they're about 3,000 light years out, or 2,000 light years out. I don't know. They still got a long way to go before they get to Colonia. So there's 2 highways going there. So I'm not building another bridge after this. This is the last one. After this, I'll find little pockets, little systems to colonize. Very good money. Never moved. 4.56. Right next to the colony ship. And again, if you use the planet as a reference to jump, you're going to be orbiting the planet, which blows. But if there are other actual fleet carriers within that orbit, you might not be able to get a spot next to the colonization ship. So just remember that. It's okay when there's nothing next to it. There's no other fleet carriers next to the actual colonization ship, but now if a friend of mine doesn't know how to play, he has not played, he has not bought the game, so what I'm using is Super Cruise Assist is to kind of limit how fast I go and to stop when automatically, so I don't have to do it myself, right? It's a lazy man's way of flying, but she's a big ship and she's fast, so I don't want to overshoot or anything. Even landing I do automatically because I don't want to land by myself. So if you are an expert at landing this big tub boat, you know, then great for you, but I can land it. I have the skill. I'm pretty good at doing this, but I prefer just to automatically land. It's my thing. My squadron is DRKK is the call sign. It is division for reconnaissance. What is it? Reconnaissance. I even forgot. Reconnaissance, attack, and kills. Oh, assault. That's right. Division for reconnaissance, attack, and kills. The call sign is DRKK. If you do not have a squadron and you need one, please join.
Hello, Commander. How may we assist you?
And you will reap the bounties of my squadron carrier, which has a lot of stuff on it so far. I put every single tune that I have, all the accounts that I have, I put everything on the fleet carrier, the Odyssey materials. And right now I'm putting mining ore, like platinum, paynite, whatever else I can get, in the fleet carrier, in the squadron carrier storage. So this way, if you are new to the game and you come on board, you need to get elite rating to have access to Shinrata Desra, which is like the holy grail for purchase ships and modules and all this other stuff. So it's like you want to get that as fast as possible. Getting elite is not that hard to do, but it's easier when you have mining ore or doing some kind of mining, right? In the old days, we used to mine low temperature diamonds from ice rings on gas giants, and used to make $1 billion overnight almost, in like maybe 1.5 trips. Used to make $1 billion, and you need to make 1 billion credits to get elite in trade, and then you're allowed to go to Shinrata Desert. And Shinrata Desra has everything you need to outfit your ship, right? So if you imagine you did 1 billion and you got the elite rating, now you got 1 billion, plus you can get any ship in the game, except the ones that just came out, like Type 11 won't be available. And you can outfit it with anything you want. So it's the place to be. I'm just explaining myself for those who don't know the game, but I know there are people who don't play this game and just watch for, I guess my voice is soothing and it relaxes them. I've been told that. People always liked my, when I used to be in management and I used to do seminars, they said, "You have such a soothing voice." Thank you. I was trying my darndest not to fall asleep. Great. Thank you very much. I'm glad I could be of service to you. You can hire me for your sleeping coach. Yeah. But I do love Elite Dangerous. If you love Elite Dangerous, thumbs up. Check the like button. Leave a comment. I do love Elite Dangerous. I always try other games and then I just tend to go back. Like I love Dungeons and Dragons, but at a point where it became too much of a grind. That's the problem that most games have. If they become too much of a grind, then people stop playing. I would like to see Odyssey ground combat similar to like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has some amazing combat, really amazing, and I would like to see that, The Odyssey combat is pretty basic, and not challenging, you know. But for someone who's just starting out in shooter games, first-person shooter, I mean, why not? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not Cyberpunk, and it's not, I don't know, Call of Duty or any other game like Battlefield Battlefield 6, right? That's coming out soon. I may try that. It looked pretty cool. It looked very cool, but I guess you have to play in teams. So I don't know how you. I didn't watch enough to know how do you do that to join a team, or is it kind of like looking for group, looking for player kind of thing? You have to join a guild, a squad. What's good about Elite is you can play by yourself. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. You can play by yourself, and you can play solo, which most players play solo. Most players. Because it's kind of hard. Like for me, I'm in Shanghai area. So UTC +8. So can I find people to play with me during the weekdays? When most people in England and most people in the United States will be, when I'm home, they're going to work. And in England, they're like halfway through their day. So by the time I can play with someone, it's 4 o'clock in the morning my time. Right, so I don't know anyone in China that plays this game.
Docking complete. Engine shutting down. Hello, Commander. How may we assist you?
So finding team players, that's why I suggested, like Dungeons and Dragons, they have looking for group, looking for players. So you have on maybe a galactic news board, or maybe on the UI. In the UI you can, like, for instance, let me finish loading and I can show you where they can put it so that you can find other players in game, of course in open, which means that they're not playing privately or solo. They're not playing in a private group or solo, so they can do a looking for group, looking for player, right? And you can find a team. But I don't know why they can't do that. You know, they have kind of like chat. You can chat with people, so it would kind of probably be on the same protocol, right? So for instance, you go to a little thing here, and maybe you can add a panel that says looking for group, looking for player, somewhere around here, right? So instead of going to the squadron, you can have looking for group, looking for player, and then you would click on that and see what groups are available in your area or even close by. 100 lights. You can jump to that location and join them. You know, I think that would be a great thing. I suggested it last time. I suggested it. My forum posts got locked out. You suggested that before. It's been talked about. So we're gonna close this chat. Okay. The moderators can be pretty brutal on the forums. But think about it. You just got in the game, you want to play in team, and you have a list. For instance, let's say one would be bounty hunting, right? In this system, pirate bounty hunting. One system is ground combat, war. One thing would be Thargoid in California Nebula. So you have a list of people looking for players, or open squadrons, open teams looking for people to actually play with them. So I think that would be brilliant. I think that would change the game completely, and you can actually have more. This would be all an open, right? You don't have to join a private group, right? Private group is for private groups, right? But this would be an open, and you have more people playing in open. And of course, you're gonna have gankers and all this stuff you can fight against, but you have that in Dungeons and Dragons, and the game is non-existent, almost. So you got looking for players. There was always quests to do, right? So you're going to the mission boards, right? The local mission boards. You press on the local mission, then you press LFG, looking for player, right? LFP, little check mark, a little box. It's not hard to implement, and the code is not hard either, I don't think. But they haven't done it. And I think the squadron thing and this fleet and squadron carrier is going to isolate people even more. Because I'm sure there's hundreds of players that wanted the squadron carrier, and they bought it, and I bought it, right? And it has a lot more room to put stuff in, which I love. Right? Almost done. Never moved. Again, so you're going to go, I'll show you when we get to the fleet carrier. You're going to go to, I'll show you when we get there. But I showed Corvus last time how to jump right next to the colonization ship. And it doesn't move. It's rotating around the planet next to the colonization ship. So that's a good thing. So far I've had amazing, maybe I'm speaking too soon. The OBS and YouTube is working amazingly together, which is great. No one said anything in chat, that's okay. I'm sure you guys are probably playing your own game and you're listening to me talk. I actually love doing that too. I usually like to listen to Ricardo or something. But Ricardo is not playing as much as he used to. He does do videos, like news videos and stuff like that. He said he's going to stream once a week. He might stream today, later on. He is in England. I like watching Ricardo. Which is cool. He likes to talk about a lot of things, and I think Frontier respects his opinion. Ricardo is in the tech industry. I don't know exactly what he does. He does something with mainframes or something. I don't know exactly what he does, but he is pretty knowledgeable in regards to computers and systems, which is cool. I'm semi-knowledgeable. I can't say I'm
Carrier, Commander.
knowledgeable. But let's take a look at that, what I did. So I went to carrier services. I went to carrier management, and I want to plot a course for the system, and I want to plot a course for the colonization ship, right? So navigation, right? I open up the system, and here it is, right? So what I do is I plot, let's say that I'm not here. I'm not here, and I'm in a different system. So I plot right next to the colonization ship. All right, right there. Then it said carrier destination, and I'll be right. I end up right next to the colonization ship, which stays in a stationary orbit, doesn't move, doesn't go around the planet, which is annoying as hell. Right? And I can just go back and forth pretty quickly. Right? So if you don't know this trick, try it. If you do have other fleet carriers next to the colonization ship, you're going to have to probably end up doing it a few times. Just remember that, so that you can get close enough to the colonization ship. I do wish you can just put a number, like double click and you put boom, full. The squadron carrier you can, which I like more. Like you can move fast, you can load faster than a fleet carrier. They should change the UI on this too to be just like the squadron carrier. And you should be able to use the cargo capacity for storage of other items, like for instance Odyssey materials, right? Alright, so full. And again, if you notice, 4.56, it never moves.
Disengage. The launch underway.
Which I love. So two things that I use, and you're seeing two things on my stream, is one, I use the escape pod method when I'm trying to get CMN composites and ceramic composites off the planet. Right? I use two ships going back and forth. It is pricey with the ship being so big. It costs a lot to transport the ship down to the planet, but I don't care. It saves time, a lot of time. 5 minutes. Oops. 5 minutes. At least 5 minutes. At least one trip, which is about 5 minutes, right? So you can load up on CMM composites, ceramic composites very fast. Like I did a whole fleet carrier in about an hour and a half. Come on, reconnect. Reconnection is successful. Alright, so we did have a crash there. Sorry about that. But I reconnected pretty fast. I spoke too soon. That's 1 hour. But still, 1 hour of non-stop without a crash. That's very, very good. Being that I'm in Shanghai, I have to use a VPN. I have a VPN service that a friend of mine built, and it's pretty good. My upload is about 50 megabytes per second. I only need about maximum 10, but I'm shooting YouTube about 4 kilobytes per second, 4,000 kilobytes or 4 megabytes per second. They don't want you to do more than 6. They actually tell you don't do more than 4, or else they bump you. I've had instances where they actually bumped me, right, and I had to restart. So that wasn't pretty. Alright. So I'm almost halfway done. So because I had a drop, I'm a little bit behind now. But it's okay, you guys don't communicate with me. Even though I have somebody watching, but no one said 07. Maybe I should say 07. Oh, 07. That's cool. Alright, so anyway, will you see me doing combat, space comp, maybe pirates? Maybe I'll do pirates, but you definitely won't see me do Thargoids. Thargoids is too stressful. Pirates not so much. If I go into a level 5 pirate zone or something like that, it's not that bad. You can manage that. Space combat though? No. No. Probably not. But ground combat is easy. It's not that bad. Now I did have some hair-raising moments where I lost my whole squad and I was by myself. And I still had, I think, 45 to 50 troops coming to invade the settlement. So I was by myself and I had a massive, because this was a tier 3 settlement. It was a level 3 settlement combat zone. And literally, I wish I could have recorded that. That was epic. It was legendary. I was running around in circles, killing them as they came down. So I had my rocket launcher. I would shoot off my rockets at them as they land, and then I just take them out as they came down. But they would come down consecutive. They would like be side by side, so I have like 10 at a time that I have to fight. Oh yeah, that was legendary. Like, I have about 10 more rounds, 10 more trips, and this outpost will be finished. If you're sticking with me to the end, thank you very much. So what? I did 1 hour unloading, right? So the Panther Clipper actually has saved me a lot of time. It has. It saved me a lot of time. This is the probably longest one. I have to actually load. I wish they would, like I said, I wish they would do the same thing as the squadron. They would do this with the fleet carrier as they did with the squadron carrier. So this is a small outpost. It's not it's a level 1, not a level 2 or 3. So it requires less materials. The location of the flag where you can build the outpost is way, I'll show you in a second, it's way out. I think the 11th planet, and there's only a one ground settlement you can build on the planet, so I usually don't do anything around that type of system or planet except a small outpost. I do plan on making completing the outpost when I finish the highway. I do plan on completing the outpost and giving them satellites, giving them stuff they can use in their systems, but I'm kind of getting antsy. I want to go further. I want to find a nebula like these guys, like Ghost Giraffe. I want to find a nebula, my own nebula. Build a nice little hub around a little nebula. But these guys are in North American Nebula, 1,500 light years away. Oh my goodness. That is way out. Can you imagine? But how does how are the powers going to expand? That's something they have to think about. How are the powers going to expand that far out? Right? Okay. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see how they're going to do that. I really think that you should expand with your power. So, like, if you are the colony that actually you're building, if you are with, let's say, Iceland Val, right? Then you should be able to expand with her. So she would expand with you. But all that is that you are an independent. So nobody actually expands with you out here. That's something they should have thought about when they did power play and colonization. See, now doing this, I'm all relaxed. By the time it's time for me to go to sleep, I can sleep like a baby. Hey Corvus, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm trying to finish this outpost. I have a few more runs left, and I will finish this little outpost in the system, and then I am going to expand a little bit further on the Dragster Bridge towards the Snake Nebula. been trying to build this bridge for people to use to springboard off of, because in between the two routes going towards Colonia, they left a big massive gap. And so hopefully people can use it to build more bubbles. I'm glad to hear that, Corvus. All right. So I was showing everybody the trick. I haven't moved off the system colonization ship. I've been stationary with it going around the planet, so kind of tidally locked to the colonization ship. I showed everybody the trick. You know, when you jump right next to it. Otherwise, you tend to orbit the planet. I do need to do some engineering with these things. But mostly I focused on my main character. I had these accounts for storage. Now that we have the squadron carrier, I don't know if I should keep all these accounts, but you put time into it, you don't want to delete it. It's like a project that you start and, you know, you don't want to delete the project. You don't want to get rid of it. So this week I went back and did mining. I don't know if you've been watching my streams, Corvus, or my videos, but I had a hard time with the last video I did on mining. I needed to do 5 or even 6, and I still didn't get, you know, the blue line, the check mark, so the asteroid can explode and I can have the chunks that I need. So I went back. I've been kind of like practicing all week. I noticed what I did wrong, but you still need at least 4 seismic charges to blow up the asteroid, and some even 5 if they're large. So I don't know whether they changed the potency of the seismic charges, but I want to tell you, it sucked, because you have to do a lot, and then on a couple of occasions I only had like 15 seconds left. I had to get out of the way before the thing blew up. Okay, so this is a military outpost. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now I know why I built it. I was wondering why I built it. Yeah, no worries, dude. Yeah, I stream at a rotten time. Most people can't, you know. When I move back to Texas, I'll be able to have a normal life. I can't wait. But I'm still here. I have to close things out, and sell things, and sell my company. We'll see what happens. But usually I stream when you guys, when you're in Texas, you're just getting up to go to work. In England, they're in the middle of their day. So to wake up at 3, 4 in the morning and to stream, I really can't. Sometimes I leave early for work. First in, last out. If I land by myself, I can probably chop up, maybe take off about 5 more seconds off landing. But I prefer the automatic pilot to do it. I'm lazy that way, sorry. A small ship, I don't mind landing. Smaller ones, like the Cobra, I don't mind landing by myself. Or medium size Corsair. The worst one is the Type 9 or the Type 10. Oh my god. Those are very hard to land. Almost done. About 6 more runs. And then this system will be done. That's pretty good timing. I was saying that the Panther Clipper has done miracles to my time. I've saved a lot of time to be able, and I can do things faster. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I started unloading as soon as the stream started. So I'm almost done, and it's 1 hour and 18 minutes unloading, right? So it's actually cut the unloading and loading time to about half, I think. I haven't gone into the bubble to see whether the Trailblazer ships are still bugged out, because last time I went, remember, Corvus, that they didn't have anything on them. They were empty, and they said they restocked them. So I haven't gone to the Trailblazer ships at all. I have found systems that have everything I need around here within close proximity, including one of my own. So I got everything I need from around this little bubble. But I haven't been to the bubble to see whether the Trailblazer ships have fully stocked or been updated. Not sure. But if you know whether Trailblazer ships are fully stocked or not, leave a leave a message, leave a comment in the chat. And while you're doing that, check the like button and subscribe. Very nice. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with the new Type 11. Are they gonna have exobiology? What new things are they gonna give us? I'm curious. Okay, so 90578 is still unstocked. The other one is stocked. Okay. That's bizarre. That's really bizarre. See, Corvus, I haven't moved. I've stayed for the last hour and 21 minutes since the beginning of this broadcast. I have stayed in a stationary orbit right next to the colonization ship. Yeah, somebody needs to put in a ticket for the HIP 90578 system. Tell them that the ship is still unstocked. But really, you don't need it. Right now, people are building little hubs around here and there, and so I myself here there's two roads, and the one next to the neutron star and in the Snake Nebula, they both have locations where you can load up. And as soon as I have that ground tier 3 city built on both sides, I'll be able to get CMM composites and ceramic composites. So the other guys didn't build tier 3s, they built tier 2s, and you can't do the you can't land on the planet because there's no shipyard. You can land on the planet, but you can't store a ship. So doing the trick that I know, the escape pod trick, you can't. So if you're trying to load up for a tier 3, which you need like 30,000 CMM composites, it's going to take you a long time if it's a tier 2 city, a tier 2 ground outpost. Yeah.
Docking successful. Engine shutting down. Your ship has docked. Come on.
Alright. Let's get some titanium. Almost done. Maybe 5 more runs. This part is the longest part. They really need to do what they did with the fleet carrier. I really wish they would. With the squadron carrier, I mean. That would be great. That would be great. I think this week I'm going to work on some music. Like I said earlier, I have some ambient music and also some heavy metal music, which I made AI, but unlike what most people think, you should, if you know some music theory and you know what to say to the AI, it will do specifically what you want. So the songs come out pretty good, pretty decent. If you have some music theory. For instance, you want the specific tune in the key of F sharp minor, right? You tell her what to do at the bridge. At minute 3 at the bridge, do this. You know, do a piano solo. So, even though the music is created by AI, it's kind of like you're the composer and the AI is the band. And you still got to run it through. I run it through Logic Pro so I can clear out the fuzz and some. There's always some background stuff that sounds terrible, and you can add some echoes. You can add some equalizers, make it really nice. So even though it's AI, you still have to do some editing. Unfortunately, you can't publish it because most of these publishing or companies don't take AI stuff. So, but I do like to listen to music, and it's really the fault of AC/DC. I want to say AC/DC led me to AI. AC/DC were the ones who actually forced me to try AI music. Because I wanted to do a video, right, Corvus? I want to do a video, and I wanted to add, I think the song is an older song when they had the original singer. If You Want Blood, that's it. If You Want Blood, that's the song. I think they asked me for 50 grand for licensing. So I said, thank you, but no thank you. You know, because you don't have just for one, you have the song for I don't know how long. I guess they give you the right to use it forever. So I said, what am I going to do? I want to put some music to the video. And Atlas suggested he's using Suno. I think he's using Suno. I tried Suno, didn't like it. Tried another one, didn't like it. And then I got Riff Fusion, RIFFUSION, Fusion, rifffusion.com. And I really like Riff Fusion. Very nice. So then I started creating like some heavy metal songs. I said, let me try trance. Let me try ambient. Let me try Spanish guitar. So I did all that. I think I did 300 songs, because I want to be honest with you, even though you're creating an AI song, you have to listen through it and see if it actually sucks, if the words came out right. You still got to do some editing. So if you're adding lyrics to the song, right? If you're adding lyrics to the song, sometimes the AI just gargles in the song. The lyrics, it doesn't even sound legible. So you have to edit that. And edit. And so sometimes you could be working a couple hours on one song, and it's not necessarily as easy as people think. Maybe the other systems actually are better, but I found Rift Fusion was more adjustable. So you can, if you do know music theory, you can kind of tell Rift Fusion, do this, do that, according to what you want. Put in a certain key, the beats per minute, the rhythm, etc. So it does do more specifically what you want than the other ones, like Suno. The other ones do. Until I find something better, I'm stuck with them. But I made music, right? I've added lyrics. And it's cool because I was in a band when I was younger. I played guitars from the age of 11 to 21. And I had a band, but it's incredibly difficult to have a band. And I hats off to the guys who have a band and who made it work and became successful and recording, and because it is so incredibly hard. You know, this guy's sick, this one, oh, I can't come, oh, I can't do this, oh, I have to work. And it's like trying to get together to practice to kind of make music was downright impossible. I was in high school, then college. It was impossible. It was utterly impossible. You know, one time singer couldn't come, one time the bassist couldn't come, one time the lead guitar couldn't come, you know, so but now AI music, a couple of hours I got myself a great new song, maybe a couple of songs. So it's pretty good. I really enjoy it. So I might put some stuff out on Dragster channel. Maybe another mix, which will be good. This way I have something to listen to if nobody's on watching, which is not the case tonight. I did have some people watching. Thank you for coming. And usually like to listen to music while I'm mining or even doing this. I don't know, when I was watching with Ricardo and I agreed with each other. I find this incredibly soothing. That's why I do it. It's really a good anti-stress. Unlike when I play Cyberpunk. That was not anti-stress. I'm telling you, I understand the allure of games like that, first-person shooter, because when I was playing Cyberpunk, I could imagine being 30 years or 20 years younger, being cranked up on Monster or on Red Bull, stuffing pizza on my face, and just playing first-person shooter all day. You get like an adrenaline, you become like an adrenaline junkie. You're just sitting there playing all day. But I can see the allure of it. I'll give you 1,000,000 credits if you can pronounce this word. System colonization ship, how do we say this? The Behagni? I don't know. Can't say that. The Behagni? Where do they come up with their names, man? I guess it's AI generated names. Who knows? So I got the VLC video sourcing, right? If you just, let me see if I can click it. It can pop up in the video. There it is. So that's my music, right? And I actually turned it off. That's the video I made, the mix I made. So I put that in the window, but I don't want to play it now.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
I wish I knew how to say that word. I gotta put it in chat, see how it sounds in chat GPT. Alright, almost done. Almost done. A few more runs.
Gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
So I pretty much turned this closet. It's kind of like a 10 by 10 foot closet, and I put a bed in it, and my computers. Sometimes I wake up and I want to code on stuff. I can't do that in my room with my wife or anything. So I turned this closet into kind of like it's a walk-in closet. So I turned it into kind of like a computer room. Put a bed there, single bed, and I have all my computers, which is 4. So I have one to my left, which you don't see. It's an Apple. I have 2 window computers and 1 Apple laptop. So I have 4 computers across 2 desks. And right now just I have this camera facing me. But so it's not pretty, that's why I put a black background. I was trying to figure out today, how can I make it so that people can see? It does have a window. But then people say, oh, man, what are you doing in the closet? Right? So I might make some changes and all that. So people can check out my surroundings. Maybe put some neon lights. I've seen like Ricardo has like a jukebox behind him and pretty stuff. I think he has a R2D2 also.
Welcome, Commander. Thank you for visiting this carrier. Your docking request has been denied, Commander. Move to within 7.5 kilometers of the carrier. Docking request accepted. Maintain an appropriate speed during approach. Request.
Yeah, so far so good. I only dropped once at about 1 hour. So I am very happy about that. I know you guys saw a little bit of lag in the middle, but this is important to me because basically I've worked the whole month, 4 weeks, trying to figure out how to do OBS effectively. And it's not my connection. It's not really the connection I have here, the upload speed and all that. It's actually YouTube trying to communicate with OBS. I had Streamlabs, but Streamlabs, I found it had some kind of clicking sound or something with their sourcing, the audio sourcing. So I couldn't get rid of it at all.
Docking successful. Ship is secure. Welcome, Commander.
Yeah, this I don't like. I really want the Squadron Carrier UI. It really is fantastic. Like I said in one of the previous streams, I might get rid of the Fleet Carrier for my main tune and keep the Squadron Carrier as the main carrier for my main tune. But I don't know what I'm going to do yet, if that's the case. If I'm going to do that or not. Just have a few more runs and this is going to be done and I can move to another system and colonize that. Alright. Yeah, you should be able to double click and just put a number in. Transfer all.
At maximum capacity.
Small quality of life changes. That'd be great.
Clamps released. Move clear of the landing pad.
There's a lot of people streaming Elite Dangerous now. Have you noticed that? A lot of people. And the main guys I started Elite Dangerous with, like Down to Earth Astronomy, Hawks Gaming, Exegius. I don't know if anybody remember that guy, but he had some great tutorials. I hope he's okay. He just disappeared off the planet.
Frameshift drive charging.
But he was great at tutorials. Should I do tutorials? Why don't you leave a comment? I mean, I know tips and tricks. I know some tricks for tutorials. But I don't do them because everybody's doing them. So you're bound to have seen already one or two. I will tell you some tricks that I actually do. You know, usually I have one or two tricks up my sleeve.
Docking request granted.
I haven't been streaming lately because of the things that happened in Utah, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. That kind of shook me a little bit because I thought the violence stopped. I thought it ended, and it's still going on. So for me, all this is stupidity. It's just absolutely stupid. Nobody needs to die over words. Nobody needs to die over words. It's just words. You know?
Landing gear deployed.
Do you remember that Corvus? What they used to say: "Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Right? And it's all like, it really shook me up because I have a daughter, I have children, so knowing the life those children are going to have without their father is, it hurts. It really hurts because,
Docking successful.
like it or not, children need a father. You know, whatever you may believe, you need a male figure in your life. So, I mean, I woke up in the morning, I saw the news, and I'm like, what? That's impossible. But it's possible.
Retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Whether he deserved it or not, I don't think anybody deserves to be shot or killed for words. It just shouldn't happen. All you have to do is stop watching. You don't have to watch the guy. You don't have to vote for him. You don't have to watch him. You don't, you know. People die in popularity. How many people have come onto YouTube and now they're not streaming anymore. They're not there anymore, right? They're not popular anymore. They're gone.
Drive charging.
How many movie stars, you know, do we know? We saw in the 80s. And you say these guys are going to make it, these guys are going to become great, but they're movie stars and they're now they're gone. They fade into obscurity. but it kind of shook me up because of the family being effective. I love kids, and I love my family, and so I can only imagine what they're going through. So I will be streaming. I will be giving you guys what I got. Maybe do some pirate hunting. Maybe do some ground. But I only do level 3 kind of combat zones. I find it more challenging. I wish they had level 5 combat zones, but they don't. Maybe do a couple of cyberpunks. Finish out chapter 1 and 2. I think I'm on chapter 2. I can't leave the area yet, so I think I'm still in tutorial phase in cyberpunk. But it's pretty complex. It's very complex, and you can do a lot of things. You can become. Well, it's kind of like a techno Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. I can see the allure of cyberpunk, but all right.
Docking complete. Ship at dock. Welcome, Commander.
For you, Corvus, if you're listening, I don't know if you're still on, but I will add Discord so we can chat. That'll be great. I will add that soon. Figure out how to do it. I've watched a few videos on how to do it, but I'll find out. I'll find out if I can do that or not. That'll be great. Maybe add the chat from Discord also, somehow. So I only got a few more runs left. And then this, it's a military tier 1 outpost. So it's a small little outpost. And the reason I did that is because where it's located, it's 11th planet on one of the moons. It doesn't have any, it only has one planetary site that you can build on. And I do believe there's nothing in orbit. I'll show you guys in a second after I finish loading. But I kind of go with the flow. So if there's stuff if there's at least 3 settlement spots that you can, 3 places you can put the settlement down on the planet, and at least 2 orbital, then I'll build a larger starport. I'll build a medium size. Like for instance, this is, I'll show you. This is the system, right? It has 16 planets across. Isn't that great? Fantastic. It has a 5. Look at there's a 5 there. So you can build something great there. Like maybe a tier 3 city and a medium-sized outpost in orbit. But here's where the flag was, right there on planet number 16. And it only has one actual settlement you can build here. So I'm building a military outpost, right? This way, this system will have some kind of military, and then after that, I can do other things, right? Okay. Let's go. But if it was larger and it had maybe 1 more or 2 more planetary settlement capability, and 1 more orbital, I would have built a tier 2. And with the Panther Clipper, I could load up. I could finish that in less than a week. Debahogny. I really want to know how to pronounce that. Debahogny. Debahogny? Debogany? Maybe it's Debogany. I 16 planets. Pretty cool.
Docking request granted.
Fantastic.
Gear deployed.
I did take the squadron carrier out to California with my main tune. Partially because I had more tritium on board than anything else. I could have loaded up my main carrier and did that, moved it out there instead of the squadron carrier, but I didn't have any
Successful.
tritium on my main carrier. So I was gonna do some Thargoid hunting.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Usually I go out, get a billion, come back. It takes a few days to do that. I know if you have a squadron or a team, you can do that faster. But for me, maybe 3 days.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's not like I'm going for money. I got plenty of money. I'm going for the combat ranking. Let's talk about what I think they're gonna do in December, or when they come out with the last phase of this year's roadmap. Right? They kind of kept it a secret. I believe that they quickly popped out ships with capabilities of walking up the ramp to the door, so they can do ship interiors. That's my opinion. So I don't know if they're gonna do anything beyond the exobiology they're gonna do this time around. Maybe they will. If they come up with trees or grass, or they have grass, tussock, right? We have grass. Maybe they'll have a Earth-like world capability of being able to land on it and build an outpost on it. That would be amazing. You know, one thing I did like about Starfield was that outpost that looked like a cowboy town, because that's what I believe settlements would look like if we actually went into space. I do believe that the tech would be around the starport, but the towns would be basic. You know, still using wooden structure, very limited lighting, You know, I don't think they'll be building high-end structures that um, you know, I think colonies will be more or less for mobility. Like towns will pop up like the Wild West that we had in 1800s. They'll pop up and the people will move on the planet or move away or whatever. So there won't be any permanence in the starport area. The starport will be permanent, but the town around it probably won't be. So kind of like a Wild West kind of town like Starfield had. I don't know what it was called. The name of the town. Anyway, I really enjoy that town. I think something like that would be fantastic in Elite Dangerous. You know, if we can have something like that, or have our own construction, we can build our own towns on an Earth-like world. But I do believe that ship interiors, with the new ships that they came out with, I think they'll have something like that.
Cargo hold at
I
maximum
have
capacity.
this run and 2 more after that, and I'm done.
Ship has departed. Move clear.
I
of the
didn't
landing
think they'll
zone.
do ship interiors because I think it's a waste. But people have been crying for it for how many years? Oh, ship interiors, ship interiors. I'm like, so why? Why? You have ship interiors on the fleet carrier. Anybody use it? Except me? I like to sit in a chair and watch the stars go by as we jump. But I do think that they might do ship interiors. I would say it's a 70s, 80% chance that they're going to do ship interiors. I doubt they'll do anything else. Maybe they'll do something with Odyssey. Maybe they'll have, I don't know, some more stuff.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the love. No, 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 no. Go fast. We press the wrong button. Anyway. The Behogany. The Bogany. Maybe it's the Bogany? I don't know. Can anyone tell me how to say that? Seriously, I can't. The system colonization ship Tobogany? I can't pronounce it.
Docking request granted.
I will build a Discord channel, so if you want to talk, instead of being in chat and typing and all that, I hate typing in chat. I hate texting. I don't know why. You know, I have an employee, and the girl just got married. She literally can type 10,000 words a second, man, on her phone. She writes books.
Landing gear deployed.
I don't know how a person can text that much. You know? It's amazing. But I don't like texting. I really don't. So I will build a Discord channel, and if you want to come on and talk and chat through the Discord, that'll be great. And it'll go through the stream, so you can actually be part of the stream. That'll be great. So Corvus, that'll be for you. I'd like to hear your voice, Corvus.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
What did I do? Oh, that's right, titanium. Didn't need that much titanium. I gotta bring it back. So I still gotta do one round. Yeah, I overdid the titanium. Okay, so I just have the liquid oxygen, and then I am done. They didn't reduce the amount that we need to haul, which would have been nice. They didn't add any NPCs that can run our ships overnight and all that. That would have been nice. But they did give us the Panther Clipper, which I'm very thankful for. It's like Christmas. And I love the Panther Clipper so much that I got 2 on each account. I really love the Panther Clipper. I forgot, I loaded up too much titanium, so I have to go back and finish off the liquid oxygen. I would have been finished already if I kept track of that. But that's okay. Still got 2 runs left.
Welcome, Commander. Communications are open if you require docking access. Docking request accepted. Proceed to your designated path, Commander. Request accepted.
It seems that the perfect upload, right, the frame rate it's working at. I'm working at 60 frames per second. I'm uploading at 4200 kilobytes per second, 4.2 megabytes per second. Barely have any dropped frames, which is good. Fantastic. So I think I finally got it. It did drop once. And that's why you're kind of lagging behind me like a few seconds. But so far so good. 2 hours and only one time it dropped. When I first started this, oh my god, it dropped every 2 seconds. Oh my god. It was horrible. You know, streaming, you guys think that streaming is pretty hard, man. I gotta give hats off to those people streaming nonstop and doing all these podcasts, and it's a lot of work. It really is a lot of work, and you gotta know some stuff. Okay, so let's transfer this back to the fleet carrier, and we want to get liquid oxygen and finish up the upload. So I got 1 extra trip of titanium, which I mistakenly got instead of CMM composites, but that's okay. So I got 1.5 trips left, and I'll be done. So let's just say I didn't make that mistake. 2 hours to load up, to unload a full fleet carrier. Not bad. I think that's fantastic. That's really fantastic. So normally it would take me 4 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. Yeah.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
So it's not moved. 4.56 million meters away, right? Or miles away. I think it's miles. But it hasn't moved, which is a good thing. If you use my trick, you should be toasty. And I did get ganked, I think twice already with this ship, but I have so much armament on it that the pirate gave up. She just gave up. And then system, I guess I hit the pirate and he kind of gave up, but then the system securities came in and took him out, and I got a bounty for it. But how many turrets does it have? I got 10 turrets. Very nice.
Landing gear deployed.
I do like the color of the system colonization ship. I really do. Black or gray, dark gray with the yellow. It's got it going on. I don't find the need to kind of do the color schemes
Docking successful.
for the outposts. I don't feel like doing that. Not that it's a waste of. I have the money to do it, but I just don't want it. It just, you're out. No one sees it. Maybe you. 511 oxygen, and I'm done.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
But I would like to change the name. Come on, Frontier. I want to change the name of the system and the planets. At least the planets. Give us planets. At least we can change the name of the planets. You know? And if you have a problem with the server and storage and all that, just maybe give us 2 or 3 planets within the system. We can at least change the name of 2 or 3 planets. Like, for instance, the Earth-like worlds. You know? Maybe we can change those. I would pay money for that. Yeah, like for instance, the Tokugawa shogunate. I think their capital was Edo in Japan. I'm not sure. You guys can correct me on that. But nope, I want to go and so I would like to change the name of the system to that city of in ancient lore where they had that name of the city. I think it got rechanged to Kyoto later, but I would like to change the system name to that. But I don't know if we can. I think you have to submit a ticket to change the name of the system. I think you can only do it once. I'm not sure. I know people have changed names of systems and planets. But it would be nice to do that. Oh, it would be nice to do that. More personalization, right? More immersion. You keep the people playing. And you guys make money off of it. I don't know what it's a win-win situation. But Frontier is very hard to change. I don't know who's running the show, but maybe they don't have enough developers on Elite Dangerous anymore. Okay, 511 liquid oxygen, and I'm done. Right? And then we can continue colonization. I'm going to claim another system. And then that'll be the end of the show. Okay.
Ship release
Alrighty then.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah. That's why I showed you that trick. You've noticed the distance of travel that I have to go through. If I was orbiting the planet, it would take me a lot longer to travel between the system colonization ship and the fleet carrier.
Docking request granted.
When was the last time I told you guys I love this game? A few minutes ago? Man, I love this game. I really do. They need to expand colonization. They could have done more with it. They needed to expand Odyssey. They could have done more with that. They needed to expand Power Play. They could have done more with that. It's like they start projects and then they kind of put it to the wayside for the next project. Right? And they play catch up.
London
Right.
deployed.
So they're always playing catch up. Like Power Play. Half the game is not working, right? Can't do ground missions. Can't deliver escape pods. Can't do this, can't do that. So, I don't know what's going on.
Docking successful. Engines
Okay.
disengaged.
Let's see. So pretty much finished everything except the liquid oxygen. And we're done. A little song that cut out because I don't know what happened to sound. Okay. All right. So we're actually finished. I'm gonna go get my Cobra and go and see what else I can colonize. Yeah, I need to change that name. What? I can't say that name either. What's going on here? Oh man, I gotta change that name. Let's change that name. Oh my goodness. What is that? What do you change it? Let me see. System map. Right here. Here. Oh, right. Rename facility. Here we go. Lieben Niner? Come on, dude. Who comes out with these? Claxton Penal Colony. Yeah, Penal Colony. Oh yeah. No. Ludendorff Hub. No. Claxton Survey. Schwann Point. Claxton Hub. No. Arsenal. Ludendorff. Another one? Ludendorff Arsenal? Barracks. Keepler Depot. Silo Point. Arsenal. Ball Arsenal. Ball Arsenal. Okay. Wild Jet. Oh, there's nice. Wild Bastion. That's nice. We'll keep that one. Very nice. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go and park this mammoth ship and go with our little Cobra. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. I haven't used any of the other ships, any of the old ships, like, at all. And I know how much I worked to get them and to build them. I just use the new ones that came out. I still have a cutter, and I still have the Corvette, but I haven't used them at all. At all. Just use new stuff. Which is a shame, right? I guess. But I even enjoy the Corsair, even though it has that funky window to look through. Haven't used them. And I bought paint jobs, and I bought spoilers and kits and all that, so I did spend some money on them. Okay, so let's get our beautiful. See, I only have 6 stored ships, and most of my characters all have new stuff. They don't have any old stuff. Okay. Wild Bastion. Wild Stallions. Name the movie.
Ship release confirmed. The launch underway.
Look at the maneuverability of this thing. Wow.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I built the small one. I showed you that I don't have much to build on here, so there's only like one spot for settlement. So that's why I only built the smaller outposts.
Docking request granted.
And look, it's dark. So what are you gonna color, right? You can't you won't be able to add a color scheme to this station because it's gonna be in the dark all the time. I would have preferred them to be able to name change the planets in the system. I keep saying that, but I'm fixated with that because I would spend a lot of money to do that. So they're still under construction, right? Notice the welding going on, even though you can't see people welding. Wild Bastion.
Docking successful.
Okay,
Disengaged.
so let's see what we're gonna do. Yeah, I wouldn't customize it because it's in the dark. It's gonna be in the dark forever. So that's lost money for Frontier. System colonization. Begin new claim. Let's see. I think I marked everything, right? So let's see. Oh. The closest one that I marked is this one, but I'm headed towards that direction. And so let's take a look at this one. No, let's plot a course and go there and see what it has. Because I didn't do any exploration. Let's see how far it is. 10 light years. Okay. How far is the other one? This one's 10. How far is the next one? System colonization. The one I'm going to is 10. Huh? Okay, we're going up. Yeah, this one's pretty far away. 21. Okay. Let's go see what this one has. Actually, I was planning on colonizing the one that's right next to it, but I kind of got off track. I don't know if this one has anything in the system. Kind of use the Nara to find a route to go here. Come on, dude. It looks like a loaded system. Let's see. Ten planets. Let's see. Let's get out of the wake of the sun. Mostly ice. Okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Rocky Ice World. Okay. Let's see what else I can find. Biological 3. 4A. Of course, building an agricultural outpost would be good for this one, right? Icy body. Oh, that is icy body. One more. Rocky Ice World. I don't think it has much in it. That's probably why I was avoiding it. Yeah. 4. And the flag is here. Ah. Oh, that's why I was avoiding it. Okay, let's go somewhere else. So we did this one. I mean, I can use... Let's go back and kind of plot from there. Yeah, that 15 light years thing is a pain in the ass sometimes. Like, I won't colonize the system. It only has 4 settlements I can build on, so... And then the flag is way out, and there's nothing I can build on the surface, so... At most, it'll be... nothing. A nothing system. Right? Alright. So... Let's look at the system map. Oh wait, galaxy map. Let's look for... I want to go... I went that direction. This one is too far away, right? This one's 21 light years. No. It's 9, and then this one will be within range. Okay. If I look this way, I want to go that direction, right? This one is 20. This one is 21. 21. 14. Okay. I wonder why I chose this one. Let's see. Let's go there. Yeah, I didn't actually explore it on this character, right? On this account. I think the squadron carrier should have been longer distance, like 1,000 light years. I really do. Not have the same distance as a regular fleet carrier. Yeah. You should have more distance. Alright, so let's see why I picked this system over the other ones in this area to colonize. It still has 10. Doesn't look like much different than the other one. Icy body. Icy body. Icy body. Okay. Okay. Let's go, let's go. Icy body. Oh, this might be another dead end. Okay, Rocky Ice World, so... okay. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. 515. Oh my god. Where's the flag? Here. Why did I choose this one? I mean, I could just build a regular military outpost and just leave it at that. I can build something on these 2 planets, but the rest is useless. Ah, goodness. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to our original location and look to see where else we can explore. I mean, we can build a colony. I'm trying to head towards that marker. And so let's see. Let's see what I'm gonna do. Don't you hate being stuck in this tunnel? How long does it take to move through the tunnel? Maybe more people are playing now. Probably. Alright, so let's go to our little new location, Wild Bastion. Name the movie, Wild Stallions. We are Wild Stallions. What a great movie. It's so stupid. Alright. We gotta find another system because right now that really sucks. That location. Oh, what am I doing? Gravity well. Kind of do my own loop of shame. All right. Gotta find another system to colonize here. What are we doing? I mean, I can do the one I marked off, but there's nothing to build in that system. So, if I'm gonna daisy chain it, then yeah, maybe just forget about it. Just build a small outpost and that's it. It does have 2 planets I can build something on. I don't know what I did.
Landing gear deployed.
Why did I choose that system? Maybe because the other ones suck around it. Let's see. Alright, so contact. Let's see. So we want to go here. We went to this one. This sucked. Can we buy the... We should be able to buy the data for these. But I can't buy the data. Or can I? You see? Nope, can't buy the data. Okay, so that one, I don't want to go backwards because I'm trying to go forward. We went here. This one is 14.7, so let's go here. Let's see if there's something there. Because the other two systems suck. So I don't want to colonize that. Okay.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
All right. This is the difficult part because you're gonna put time and effort into something. If the system sucks, you can't land on a planet, you can't build a decent colony, then this one has nothing. Then you kind of get upset about things. You know, like, why am I gonna colonize this system? 8 bodies, really? Where? Okay, let's see. All ice planets. Okay. Maybe this one has more stuff than... it's in the second sun. Icy body. How far is this sun? Icy body. Icy body. More or less, I'm not going to find much here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, only not much here. Oh, this is even worse. 4 and 4, at least 14 and 9. But how far away is the sun? Right. And again, it's the colonization markers gonna be on something that I can't build on. Let's see. That second sun's 43,000 light seconds away. Well, doesn't look like I have much to colonize. That's why I chose that one, I guess. Right? Because I'm headed towards... Yeah. I can go sideways, but I want to go that way. Because I'm building that way, right? That direction. Okay. So... I guess I'm stuck. I'm going to stick with the Screw and Dark region GRV 2-1. We'll get the small... We'll do a small port for that. Yeah, I think so. And that'll be that. It's almost there. I definitely want to build a pirate system somewhere in the middle there. Gotta have everything pirate. Pirate this, pirate that. Everything has to be. And tourism, right? Because pirates like to chill. You know, pirate cities were always the best cities, right? They had all the best drink and all the best women. All right. So we're going to colonize that one that I marked off. And then we will end our stream. And hopefully I'll have something more tomorrow. It's still going to probably be a military outpost because if it doesn't have any kind of ability to colonize the planet and only in space, then the best thing to do is have this and a relay, and this way the system can be protected against pirates, and it will give me commodities market. Hopefully. Let's see.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay. Contact. Okay, begin new claim. Let's do the one that I said I was gonna do. Right? GRVB21. The other ones are sideways, so I want to go forward, right? So we're going to do this one. And, oh, come on. Return to Galaxy map. View system map. So this one, the primary port is here, so that means it's going to be probably military, and this I can make military, these two things here. Then I still have these two planets I can colonize, so let's do that. Let's do military outpost, small one. Military. And claim. Okay. Alright. Let's go colonize it. Then we're done. I've never done a stream this long. 2 hours, 46 minutes. It took me longer to get the system right?
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Notice this one. I gotta go see this one afterwards. HIP 90949. Triple nines. Very nice.
Frameshift
Alright.
drive charging.
Again, we're building the bridge. The primary purpose of this is to build a bridge between it's called Nova, Nova Aquila number 3, neutron star, and Snake Nebula. So I'm trying to connect the two, make like a bridge between them, because the middle is utterly uncolonized. People are moving in, but there's still a lot of property open. What do I got on the scanner? Who are these people? Okay. Probably pirates. All right. Beacon's behind me. Cool. Alright, so the system colonization ship is coming. What's the name of it? Please don't give me another crazy ass name. We don't know. Alright. Contacting colonization ship. Where are you? So right now it is 16:24 UTC time, right? Alright, let's go to the system and see what it... Let's see if it's empty or if it has something, right? Where's HIP 90949? It's not there. Alright. I'm curious. There it is. So it is above us, right? Let's go there and see what it's like. So this one is claimed on our super duper highway. So I have 4 weeks to build something, but I'll probably do it this week sometime. Incoming message. This is a big freaking
System scan complete.
nothing. Oh my. This is a big nothing. Just ones. Yeah, one sun. Ooh, what's this? Serpentis. 61 Serpentis. That's how you find stuff. You just jump from place to place and then all of a sudden, boom, 70 planets. Oh my god. I found one like that. This guy from Russia, this Russian name, I think it was Russian. He took the system. It was massive system, had like 80 planets. It was phenomenal. But he got it before I could get it. And this is a nothing also. Are you kidding?
System scan.
Yep, it's just 1 star. Huh. That's amazing. So most of these have nothing in them. Alright. Let's see where we are. Okay, so we got the system colonization ship coming, right? And we can go back to our fleet carrier and conclude the evening, which would be fantastic. What can you do in this system? Can you do anything with it? Let me see. Oh yeah, you can have something, right? Okay. That's nice.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's go back to our fleet carrier and put this baby to rest. So both HIP 90949 and Serpentis 61 Serpentis, they were white. What were they? White giants? I don't know what they were. Type of stars they were. Alright, no biggie. We'll go to our fleet carrier. So I'm going to park this next to the location where I can get most of my materials, which is very close to this area. I'm going to bring the fleet carrier over there and slowly load it up until I'm ready to go and come back and colonize, which is about a few days. I usually take my time loading up the fleet carrier. I think this stream has been very successful. I was able to go 3 hours and I only had the stream drop once in the first hour, which was fantastic. Now you guys might think, well, why is he doing that? Why is he praising that? Because it took a long time to get to just dropping once. When I first started, it dropped every 2 minutes. So I found the right levels for everything, where you guys get a good stream, where YouTube doesn't come and knock me to the side. Even the OPS, once it dropped, it reconnected pretty fast, so I'm happy for that. I'm very, very happy about that. I'm learning how to use this stuff, and let me say I give hats off to streamers and to people doing podcasts. It's not easy, let me tell you. I understand now why they have 2 or 3 people working in the background doing sound and producers and all that, editing. It's a lot of work, right? Overlays and beautification and all that. Ricardo got it down, but he's a tech guy, so I'm a pseudo tech guy. I run companies. I don't actually code, even though I know how to code a little bit. Good times. I'm glad it worked out. So thank you for joining me. Please subscribe, check the like button, leave a comment, even tell me you suck, you talk too much, whatever you like. Words do not hurt me. Sticks and stones do. And so this concludes my stream. I want to thank you for, if you stayed for the whole stream, thank you for staying for the whole stream. And Corvus, I'll see you soon, buddy. I will post when I got. I will leave a message and stuff when I got Discord up and ready. The new computer doesn't have Discord on it. That's why I haven't been on, because I used my my iMac, and it had Discord. So I have to load the new Discord onto the new computer, and which is basically an old computer that I refurbished and loaded up with new stuff. And so load the Discord and get it, get a channel going, etc., etc. So I'll see you guys. 07 Commanders, thank you for joining me. Have a good night.